Okay, one quick question to all my class 10 students here. What is the first thing you do after waking up in the morning? Now you might be thinking, ma'am, we check our Instagram, scroll the reels, check WhatsApp. You're doing this, it is wrong. So basically, what is the first thing we do in the morning is we rush to the washroom, we splash water on our face, then we brush our teeth, take bath to start our day feeling freshly, right? Am I right? Now this is the right answer, not that Instagram, WhatsApp one, okay? So basically you're doing all the activities in so hurry because as usual you are getting up late. I think you might be studying last night. Hope you are studying and not spending time on WhatsApp and Instagram. Coming back to what is the first thing we do is the use of water in the morning. But imagine one day you wake up in the morning, you turn your tap on and there is just a hissing sound, no water coming out. You need to do brush, you need to brush your teeth, you're using air toothpaste at that time. For bathing, you're using perfume spray. Is it tragic? Yes, it is like a tragedy in our life. Or more tragic is thinking to make Maggie without water. Not possible. So basically, see, water is nothing, water is not something we only need to drink. Rather, it is something we need for our life. Right from like asking your mother to make the tea. Right? Getting your uniform of school washed, getting your lunch prepared, right? Getting food like rice, wheat, everything is not possible without water. But the most important turn here is that, ma'am, we have enough of water since childhood. From class 5th to 4th, we are studying that our earth is a water planet, right? It is also known as blue planet because 70% of the earth is covered with water. Then why do we are even imagining that a life without water? Because, my dear students, I know that 70% of the earth is covered with water, but the available fresh water is only 2.5%. And do you know, from that 2.5%, the water available for use is merely 1%. Now imagine you went to a water park, right, filled with water, but you can only use one water bottle from that. This is the same situation right now. 70% of the water, earth covered with water, 2.5% fresh water, and only 1% that can be used. It is a water park with no water available on earth. Considering the point? Okay. Moving further with the chapter that is water resource. Now up till now what has been done? We have considered water as a renewable resource because it is a renewable resource, right? We know that it get regenerated, it get renewed with the help of hydrological cycle. So we used it like an unlimited Wi-Fi. We forget that it is a limited data pack. Now imagine you're scrolling reel and one day your Wi-Fi turned off. How irritated you will be. Similarly, one day you're living your life and you have no water. How irritated it would be. Consider that, right? Giving importance to Wi-Fi rather than giving importance to the resources available, natural resources available. This is the mistake we as a generation are doing. So by this chapter we will just figure out about what is water resource, how it is precious to us, right? How we have wasted our water, what are the reasons we need to conserve the same, and what are we doing traditionally to save the water. So my dear class 10 student, I just want to welcome you all on this YouTube channel that is Diksha Vedantu for class 10th, where everything is being taught in English. Welcome my dear students, because we are going to start the chapter that is water resource. So starting the chapter, we just discussed that 3/4 of the earth is covered with water. Like 70% of the earth is covered with water, but we know that water is unfit for human consumption because it is seawater mixed with salt, right? So the available fresh water is merely 2.5%, among which available for use is only 1%. So basically a water park with just a water bottle to use, it is something like that. So because of this water, what we can say, less amount of water available for use, world is facing a major problem, that is water scarcity. Okay, we know that. But still, we have seen some pictures in the newspaper right? You can see the difference among these pictures, and then we will analyze how differently the water scarcity is hitting the different region. What is water scarcity? If you want to understand, basically it is unavailability of water, right? Unavailability, the enough quantity of water or quality of water as well. See this picture number 1. You can see this child is taking water from a tap, that is fresh water, and around the child you can see the water filled, right? You can see the water filled, but this is not fish, what we can say, fresh for consumption. Getting my point? So this picture can clearly tells us that enough of water is there, but what fit for consumption is very less. Let us see the second picture. Here people are standing in a queue waiting for water because water is not available, right? They are waiting for the tap to turn on by the government so that they can get water in these ghadas just for their consumption, right? Basic needs they are not getting. We can see this picture. Now it is surrounded by snow, a form of water, but is it fit for human consumption? No. The woman is taking ghada on her head, right? Whenever we talk about scarcity, the one picture that comes in our mind is that there is a sandy region of Rajasthan. Women are taking their ghadas on their head and walking a long distance. This is what we think water scarcity is. But my dear students, water scarcity is not only in the region which is water drought region, right? Where water is not available. You can see the picture, so much of water, right? It is a flood region, but water for fit for consumption is not there, right? This region, snow is there, but water available for use is not there. So this is what water scarcity means here. I hope you are getting all the points here. Let us move to the causes of water scarcity. See, this is again a very important 5-marker question, definitely going to come in your exam. I want to tell you that, like, water is important for us. Now, this chapter is important for class 10, my dear students. It has a map work. And you know, from geography, 3 mark of map work is coming, and I bet you 1 mark is from the water resource chapter. Other than that, it has a very good weightage. I personally, what analyzed is 5-marker question is for sure from this question. So like you're wasting water, do not waste your time and not study this chapter. Rather, take a water bottle on your table, sip water while watching my video so that you can understand the importance of both chapter as well as water. Okay, coming towards the causes of water scarcity. See, now 2 reasons what we can see here is either the water is not enough available for use, or the quality of water which the people are getting is not good. Okay, so I divided it in quantitative aspect as well as qualitative aspect. So there are 2 causes of water scarcity, qualitative and quantitative. Coming towards quantitative, because of large and growing population. So we know the population is growing so much, right? Because of which the demand for the water is also increasing. Unequal access to water. Some regions have so much of rainfall and water is available there, but there are some regions which we have drought there particularly. Consider northeast of India having ample of water, and western India like Rajasthan and parts of Gujarat where water is not available there. Okay, overexploitation to increase irrigated areas in dry region. Now what we have done, the population is increasing day by day. The demand for crops is increasing day by day. And what we are doing in dry region, we are making the soil fertile. We are converting it into a fertile. Now it is not possible with the help of nature, because if it would have been possible with the nature, it might have done earlier. So it is only possible which we irrigate it more. Let us take the example of Punjab. So do you know that rice is not like a staple food in Punjab anytime. Rather, they were dependent on wheat. But when Green Revolution came, they decided to grow wheat and rice both, because it was the target and objective of Green Revolution. Now, but rice need what? It should be waterlogged. The field should be waterlogged. Now, for waterlogging, they irrigated the land so much. Okay, do you know this increases the salinity in that region, and in future they are going to face the consequences. And not in future, we have seen the floods right now. However, flood is nowhere connected with this. But still, because of floods, we have seen, see, excess of water is also dangerous, less of water is also dangerous. When our Punjab was affected by flood, there were regions in India that were affected by water scarcity. So this is what we can say quantitative aspect of water scarcity, right? Both the cases are dangerous. Large scale industrialization is there. Okay, largest industries for running need water as a resource. Even water is also used for electricity generation too, and domestic uses as well. Now see, one more aspect is in quantity is that our way of living has increased tremendously. Right? Now we are living in a multi-story culture. Look, in previous time what happened, now people used to buy lands. For an example, you are living in a home that is 100 square feet. Okay, you are living there. Okay? You are a one family living there. When you want water, you turn off that motor and get water in your house. When you turn out that motor, your electricity is getting out. So you need to pay for that electricity. You will be aware while using the water that it is coming out of the expense from the electricity, right? So you will use it in a limited sphere. Now you are living in a multi-story culture where you are paying some around 1,000, 2,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees for maintenance. Now you think that the whole multis water is my authority. We are taking shower for 2 hours, 3 hours. You're doing it right now. Stop it. Okay, so we are taking shower for 2 hours, 3 hours. We are bathing in a bathtub, living life in luxury, keeping the tap on and enjoying the life because we are paying maintenance. But this is wrong, Pita. See, in the same area where one family was living, we have a multi-story culture where more than 800 families are living. How overburdened we have done the earth, we know that point. And this is the reason water scarcity in quantity is causing. Okay. Other than that, we have a qualitative aspect as well. That is bad quality of water because of the increase of pollution, either by domestic waste or by industrial waste, which is being directly discharged to the rivers without being treated. Okay. Now our eyes have opened up, but up till now we have destructed the earth very nicely. Use of pesticides and fertilizers as well. So we use pesticides and fertilizers in our field. With the help of rain, water go from that field and mix with the rivers. Okay, making the river unfit for consumption. Moving towards the need of water scarcity, safeguard ourselves from health hazard. We are going to face it. Ensure food security, because if water is not there, food will not be there. You won't be able to pack your tiffin, share it with your friends. Okay, preventive degradation of our natural ecosystem. So this is what makes the water a very, very important resource. So my dear students, before moving further, I want to tell you that in small boxes in your NCERT, they have added some important points, right? Now basically we know what is water scarcity and why it is necessary to conserve the water. Okay, so what government has done to conserve the water, they have passed a mission, or what we can say a scheme, that is known as Jal Jeevan Mission, because Jal is a Jeevan. So the goal is to enable every rural household get assured supply of potable piped water. So basically potable is like moving water with the help of pipe, right? Potable piped water at service level of 55 liter per capita per day regularly. Per capita here means per person in a family in a rural area. So 55 liter per capita per day regularly on long-term basis by ensuring functionality of tap water connection. So basically the objective of the government is that every rural household, in that rural household, every person should get 55 liter of potable piped water with the help of pipes. Okay, so that it can good be in quality as well as in quantity. But I want you to imagine that how much is 55 liters, right? Imagine your bucket with the help of which you are bathing, it is just 10 to 20 liters. Okay, so this 55 liter is very less. Still, it is a minimum amount what government is promising to ensure. Okay, so this is a Jal Jeevan mission. Moving further, Atal Bhujal Yojana. This is new Yojana added to our NCERT. So I don't want my students to get miss it. If you are having old NCERTs, get it updated like you are updating your WhatsApp and Instagram. Okay, so Atal Bhujal Yojana. Atal Jal is also known as Atal Jal, named after Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the then Prime Minister, is being implemented in 8220 water stressed Gram Panchayat. Again, this is also for rural areas because we are seeing Gram Panchayat, okay, of 229 administered blocks or talukas in 80 districts. See, not every region is focused here. Here they have taken 80 districts of some states of India where water scarcity is so much. Okay, where water scarcity is a major problem. So they have targeted the states like Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Getting my point? So basically one objective is that they need to get the behavioral change within the people. Like we see that Swachhta Abhiyan in India, right? Are all the states very clean? Are all the places very clean? No, right? The place which is clean is where people are changed, where the mentality is changed, where they are active, right? Similarly, like you, take example of you, right? Are all the students in your class topper? No. I'm not demotivating you, but the person is topper who is taking the advice of teachers, particularly their parents, and then working according to their what we can say, their hard work, their smart work. Similarly, not everyone can work until they have behavioral changes within themselves. So in community, if community will change, then definitely the work of government will be beneficial, other than it will never be. Okay, so this Atal Bhujal Yojana, again those two Yojanas are important as 3-marker question for your exam. Question can come some like that. Write a short note on Jal Jeevan Yojana or Jal Jeevan Mission, or write a short note on Atal Bhujal Yojana. These are the points I have given and explained it to you. Hope now you will write it completely. Now moving towards multi-purpose river project, an important topic from your what we can say exam. See, we are now breaking it out into easier point. Basically the topic is multi-purpose river project. So we will talk about what has been done in ancient time for water conservation. Okay, we know that our ancient ancestors were very smart, right? Every religious activities are somewhere connected to what? Scientific activities, and they might have done something to secure water, and they have done it. Other than that, we will see the establishment of dams. Okay, we will see all the positives as well as negatives of the construction of dam. Okay, then we will see some traditional practices that were done in particular regions, like it is Rajasthan. We will see about Mizoram. Okay, we will see many more. So starting from the hydraulic structures that were built in ancient India, again an important question. So do you know, 1st century BC, imagine the time, it is 1st century BC, where people were never modernized, never they do know about phones, they were not having access to any modern things. At that time only in Shringaverpura, it is Shringaverpura, it is in Allahabad, UP. They have a sophisticated water management system channeling the flat water of river Ganga. See, now we know that this is, understand this is river Ganga, okay? And if you know, the flow of Ganga is very fast and it is ultimately mixing where? It is in ocean. But we can conserve the water. Okay, so from the channels of river Ganga, a very good sophisticated water management system was built back in 1st century BC. Surprising. Moving to the next one, during the time of Chandragupta Maurya, dams, lakes and irrigation system were extensively built. When you will take the book out, history books out, you will see that Chandragupta Maurya was a person who built a lake in Gujarat and Rajasthan, and he even used to reconstruct it after a period of time so that it can be fresh and good quality of water for the people. So yes, this is done. Evidences of sophisticated irrigation work has also been found in the region, that is Kalinga. Where is Kaling? Odisha. Okay. Nagarjunakonda, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Benur, that is in Karnataka. And Kolhapur in Maharashtra. So a good irrigation system was also seen here. In 11th century, now this is very important, 11th century, there was a Raja Bhoj, okay, Raja Bhoj, okay. Raja Bhoj built a lake in Bhopal. Basically, this city is named after Raja Bhoj. So a lake is built, and do you know, this is one of the largest artificial lake. I am particularly from Bhopal, and I know it is very good to spend the time near lake, right? It is very good spot. So think it is in 11th century when Raja understood that the source of fresh water is lacking in this region. He built the largest artificial lake in the world, in India. Okay, in the city of Bhopal, which is basically a good source of water right now and a spot for tourism right now. Good place to visit. Okay, in 14th century, the tanks in Hoskas, basically now 14th century we can see that it was about to rise Mughals, right? Delhi Sultanate was there, Mughals were about to come later. So tanks were built in Hoskas. Hoskas were a place where king used to sit. Okay, Delhi was constructed by Iltutmish for supplying water to Siri Fort. Now what happened? The Siri Fort was built in Delhi. Right, this was the strongest fort built by Delhi Sultanate, rulers of Delhi Sultanate, because this was the time Mongols were attacking them so much, right? To protect themselves, they built the Siri Fort, and the water was supplied to that Siri Fort via this tanks built in Hoskas. So yes, people were aware about the scarcity of water resource. They were aware that there is a need to conserve the same, and these were the hydraulic structure made in ancient India. Hope you will revise it. Just let us quickly revise it. First point, you will write about Sringverpura, Allahabad having what? Sophisticated water management system. Get it? Then you will move to Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya did what? He built various lakes, dams, etc. to conserve the water. Then go to evidence of sophisticated irrigation system, where in Nagarjunakonda, Benur, we have seen it in Kaling and Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Then 11th century, Bhopal lake, and lastly, do not forget to mention about Delhi Sultanate, where tanks were built in Hoskas. Remembered the points? Okay, moving to the next one. What are dams? So, you might have seen this structures built whenever you are going somewhere near the rivers, right? Yes, that are dams, and we want to study it thoroughly. Basically, question is, what is dam? To all the students who don't know that, dams were traditionally built. Basically, this is not a structure that has built today or 50 years ago. Rather, it was traditionally built, okay, to impound a river and rainwater. Now, river water ultimately get mixed in the ocean water, and we can consider this natural phenomena as a waste of water, okay. We can see that during the time when flood comes, there is excess of fresh water, but we are unable to store them. One point, we know that the only source of fresh water is rainwater, and if we are not collecting it, again we are wasting it, because ultimately it will either go as groundwater, then it is a use. Otherwise, if it is mixing with ocean water, that it is not a use. So we need to impound it. Impound it means collecting it before it get bad in quality or it get mixed with the ocean water. Getting my point? So dam is a structure that is doing that work. Okay, so dam is a structure built near the rivers or over the rivers to impound or collect the excess of water so that it can be stored there and can be used in future. Hope you got the meaning of it. So dams are traditionally built to impound river and rainwater that could be used to irrigate agriculture fields. And that dam is now referred as multi-purpose project. Why? What multi-works are they doing? Like we as a teachers are doing multiple works, teaching you, making notes for you, giving you revisions, giving you short notes, but don't worry, we will do that. So basically, like me, this is also a multi-purpose projects, referred as multi-purpose projects, because that stored water, right? That stored water is used for irrigation, okay? Is used for electricity generation also. How? If you have heard about the tidal power projects, these are the projects which are run with the help of this running river water in speed. Because when this water is in so much speed, what we do, we just add turbines here. Okay, when these turbines are rotating again and again, it is creating what? Energy. That energy can be converted into electrical energy, and this is how it can be used in industries or for domestic purpose as well. For domestic and industrial uses, flood control. This is one of the major reason why dams were being built. Right? What happens during the time flood is there? The river beds do not have enough capacity to hold the excess of water due to heavy rain, cloud burst, etc. Recently, what you have seen in Punjab area, we were seeing everywhere in social media how the people in Punjab were affected due to floods. Okay, so in flood, it is not only the life of what we can say, it is the loss of life, it is the loss of property, it is the life of food also. So to solve that problem, these dams were built so that they can store the excess of water when the rivers have lost the capacity to store the water in their river beds. Okay, recreation is again because it is flowing water. Inland navigation, very important. Fish breeding is also very important. This is how dams are considered as multi-purpose projects. Do you know, when India got independent, right, a tragedy that India has faced because of partition as well. So when India got independent, we were in the clutches of British government since 200 years, and we know that how much work they have done for us now. So they have done a lot of work because they have taken all our gold to Europe. We were left with hunger, we were left with starvation, we were left with no food security, and this was the result. And the first government of India got the responsibility to take out us from that, right? We know that the first Prime Minister of India is coming down, Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru has said that by the first 5-year plan, we will focus on following things, right? And the first and the important was food security. For food security, to get better our agriculture, the most important thing was irrigation. And irrigation can only be possible with the help of these dams, right? By the earlier times, he said that making temples, making masjid, etc. is a community work. But considering dams as temple of modern India is the work of government. He said that when dams will be built now, everyone in India will be secured with food. Okay, hence he considered that dams are temples of modern India. This is how it is known as multi-purpose projects. For an example, Bhakra Nangal project. Okay, Bhakra Nangal project is used both for hydel production and irrigation. Okay, and it is built on river Satluj. Okay, somewhere near Punjab and Himachal region. So it is doing two work. It is even creating hydel power and it is used for irrigation in that region, because we know that extensively farming is being done in that region. Okay, so these are dams, but there was time when these dams along with their positives brought negatives to the wall. They came under scrutiny, they came under opposition because it had negative impacts too. Okay, and this is important 5-marker question for your exam. 5-marker question. So you need to pay attention over here. What are the reasons that multi-purpose projects came under scrutiny and opposition? Regulating and damming of river affected natural flow, causing poor sediments flow and extensive sedimentation at the bottom of reservoir. Look, If you are studying so nicely, concentrated, right? One of your friend comes and irritate you, right? You will reflect back. Similarly, nature is working according to its phenomena. We as humans went and just affected everything in the nature. Nature will give you back, and they are doing it. So, you affected the natural flow of river. What happens now? See, here is river Ganga coming from mountainous region, flowing through these mountains, right, covering the northern plains and mixing with Bay of Bengal. But on its way, right, on its way, various sediments are brought along with the river Ganga. Various sediments are brought along with the river Ganga, which is the result of weathering and erosion. Okay, which is the result of weathering. Weathering means breaking down of rocks. Breaking down of what? Rocks. So, when river Ganga comes, it brings the sediments along. Now what you have done, you have made a dam in between so that you can store the excess water of this river Ganga. But you forget that whenever this flow will be hindered, the flow of sediments will also be hindered. Okay, causing poor sediments flow and extensive, what we can say, sedimentation at the bottom of reservoir. Okay, now this is the bottom of a river and various sediments are getting deposited over here. Don't you think that the width of this river bed will decrease? Yes, it will definitely decrease, which will cause floods, because now there is not so much space for the river water in the beds. Now the water will come out, splash out. So you made dams for flood control, and now they are causing what? Flood. Ulta. Everything becomes ulta. So it resulted in rockier streams, beds, and poor habitat for river aquatic life. Yes, it affected the aquatic life as well. Dams made it difficult for aquatic fauna to migrate, especially for spawning. Okay, look, if we talk about aquatic life, they have the freedom to move from one place to another according to their period of spawning. But once this dam is being built, their movement is affected, their migration is affected, and all their life processes being affected. The reservoir submerged the existing vegetation and social soil, leading to decomposition over a period of time. Oh, they have triggered floods due to sedimentation in the reservoir. Very, very important point. Floods cause soil erosion, because when flood come na, so the pressure of water takes the top layer of the soil, causing what? Soil erosion. Flood plains deprived of silt. Very important element to make the soil what? To make the soil fertile. So it becomes deprived of silt, that is a natural fertilizer. It causes earthquake, yes, it causes waterborne diseases, pest and pollution, resulting in extensive use of water. And the most important thing, the irrigation that was made easy by the development of these dams has affected the natural cycle, the natural cropping pattern in India. Right? If we consider a time when cropping was done in some period of time, but right now our lands are so much, what we can say, pressured with the crops, right? Changing the natural cropping pattern, we have overburdened the soil. We have done it, okay? We have overburdened the soil, affecting the crop pattern. I'm repeating it again and again so that you can understand the point that the land which was used for 2 crops in a year, letting it free so that it can regain its fertility. Now we are not giving the soil a time to regain its fertility because we have excess of water. Prior to that, we were dependent on natural factors like when rain will come, we will grow crops. Getting my point? But now water is available all the time. We have overburdened the soil, losing its fertility, causing soil erosion, and many such factors are the result of dams. Now you might be in a question, ma'am, so dams are good or not? Basically, for growing population, they are good. But if we talk about nature, then they have affected nature in a negative way. Question will be why multi-purpose projects come under opposition or scrutiny. You can write these points. Did you get the point? Give me a thumbs up if you got that. Comment down a thumbs up. Fine. Okay, so before moving further, let us break down what we have studied up till now. Okay, so that you can have a quick revision what we were studying up till now. Basically, we started with a topic that is water scarcity. Okay, after that water scarcity, we have seen the need of water resource and the causes of water resource. Do not forget to divide the causes into qualitative as well as quantitative aspect. You can also have MCQs from the same topic. After that water scarcity, we have seen multi-purpose projects. Okay, multi-purpose projects. In this multi-purpose projects, we have started with the hydraulic projects that were part of ancient India. Okay, that were part of ancient India. They are not the modern structures. One of the modern structure is dam, which is even considered as temple of modern India. It is considered as temples of modern India. First, we have seen uses. Why do we call it a multi-purpose river projects? Okay, why do we need dams? And then we have seen the negative consequences or negative impact of dams in India. Okay, so this is what we have studied up till now, but now we are taking one more step to the chapter, and that is about Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. This Yojana is again given in a box, but I think that we should not miss anything, because I don't want my students to just secure 90 marks. I want them to secure 100 marks. Do you like to score 100 marks? Then study Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana to ensure access to some means to protective irrigation for all agriculture farms in the country. Basically, Krishi Sinchai clearly understands that this is for irrigation and for our farmers. So basically, to ensure that all the farmers throughout the country get a good source of irrigation for their field, so that you can pack your lunch and I can also eat food after earning. Moving to Sardar Sarovar Dam. Yeah, this is a little bit like small topic, but yeah, question can come. So we know that there is a river, Narmada River. Okay, it starts from Madhya Pradesh. Then it moves to Gujarat and then get mixed to Arabian Sea. Now the government of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat together decided to construct a dam. Okay, the dam is Sardar Sarovar Dam. This will cover Maharashtra, region of Madhya Pradesh, parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan, and ensure the availability of water along with hydro electricity, or we can see that power generation with the help of this Sardar Sarovar Dam. But do you know, when this Sardar Sarovar Dam was in construction, during that time various people were affected, because whenever dam is constructed, the people living in that region where construction will be done need to migrate from there, or we can say need to change their location because construction will be done there. So it definitely affects the life of poor people living in that tribal region or in that region where construction is done. There was so much opposition in Madhya Pradesh, no much protest being done against the Sardar Sarovar Dam. Now it is constructed and fully working, providing water to the regions of Rajasthan where previously water was not available. Southern part of Rajasthan only. Okay, next one is Krishna Godavari dispute. Like I was telling, right? Yes, this construction causes disputes as well. Now why? Objection raised by Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh state. What happened? It is regarding the river. We can see like there is a river, Koyna River. Okay, Koyna River. Now it comes from Maharashtra to Andhra Pradesh. Okay, and to Karnataka. Now what happened? Maharashtra government built a multi-purpose projects. Okay, because of a multi-purpose project on the river Koyna, the water, right, that was naturally flowing towards Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, basically reduced its water flow. This dam construction reduced the quantity of water flow, which is the reason Karnataka government and Andhra Pradesh government took an objection on the construction of this dam and this multi-purpose project. So yes, multi-purpose projects also raise disputes in different states as well. So this 3 important point to remember. It can come for 2 marks, and the most interesting and the most favorite topic of mine is map work. And here we are going to get it. See, these are the major dams of India. Here is the map of India, and you need to learn all of them. Today, a A map work video will be made separate for you, but today I will tell you the names of some important map. What do you need to do? Okay, take a map of India. Okay, take the map of India, prepare a chart. Prepare a chart. Okay, in copy, write the names of rivers. Write the names of dams made on that river. Write the names of state covered by that dam. Okay. With the help of this chart, whenever you are revising it for map work, it will be just one glance and everything is done. And I know you will thank me for this later. Along with this chart, take the next page where you stick that map. Okay, so you are getting ready for the revision, last minute revision. See, in this map, okay, in this map, in the northern part of Kashmir region, if it is visible to you, Kashmir region, you can see a project, that is Salal project. Can you see this project? This is Salal project, Salal Dam. Okay, on the bank of river Chenab. So this is river Chenab going and the Salal project is there. Then we can see Bhakra Nangal on the river Satluj. We studied it earlier too. See this Tehri dam on the bank of river Tehri. Tehri is a tributary of river Ganga. Okay, Narora dam on river Ganga. Okay, Kota barrage on river Chambal, Rana Pratap Sagar on Chambal, Gandhi Sagar on Chambal. See, all the Sagar, Pratap Sagars are basically where? On Chambal river. Rajasthan, na? We see the use of this word Pratap and all, particularly in Rajasthan. So Rana Pratap Sagar in Rajasthan, Gandhi Sagar in Rajasthan, on the bank of river Chambal. Moving further, Narmada, Sardar Sarovar Dam. Right now we have seen, see, Pravara on Godavari river. Koyna is a tributary of river Krishna. Okay, so it is on the river Krishna. See, it is Nagarjun Sagar again on the bank of river Krishna. Tungabhadra is a tributary of river Krishna. We have a dam over here. Kaveri, on Kaveri river we have Mettur dam, Periyar dam particularly. On Mahanadi, very important, definitely going to come, mark my words. Okay, on Mahanadi we have a dam, that is Hirakund dam. Which dam? Hirakund dam. And see, I have told you all the important, mark this one also, Rihand dam. Okay, Rihand dam is basically on Son river. Okay, it is on Son river which ultimately mixed with Ganga. So if an option there is Ganga also, na, then you can mark it. If Son is not given, only then. Keep my words, if Son is not given. See, so this is how you will cover all the important map work of which chapter, water resource. This dam wala is very important, my dear students. Okay, moving to the next topic, that is rainwater harvesting system. See, in water conservation we will see two things, multi-purpose projects and rainwater harvesting system. In multi-purpose projects, we have covered one from the ancient time and the other one from the modern time. Ancient wala was all the hydraulic structures, modern wala was all the dams, its uses, its negatives, etc. Now coming to the next one, that is rainwater harvesting. I know when we were students, now when like you are students right now, when we were so small, na, our teacher used to tell us that rainwater comes, we store it on the terrace. With the help of pipe, we can store them. But rainwater harvesting is much more than that. Okay, India is a country which have great traditions, and one of that great tradition is also rainwater harvesting done in various ways in India. So it is water harvesting system that was viable alternative, very good alternative, both socio-economically as well as environmentally. Okay, in the hill and the mountainous regions, okay, hill and the mountainous regions, now look, wherever there is hill and mountainous region, right, and the water comes with the help of rain, or there are glaciers on the top of the mountains, that is again a source of fresh water. But when water comes down with this slopy region, right, it will come in a speed. Okay, it will come in the speed. So there is a huge need to channelize them for daily purpose use. Okay, So in hill and mountain region, people build diversion channels like the gulls or the kulls of western Himalayas for agriculture. Now how does this gulls and kulls look like? See, this is a tank. A kull is basically what? It is a tank, right? In this mountainous region where agriculture is done, nearby that region they build this tank, right? Naturally, when water will flow along the mountains, this will get refilled, and see how they have used it for agriculture, for daily consumption, for domestic purpose as well. So yes, one uses this making of gulls and kulls. Rooftop harvesting system, which was commonly a practice to store drinking water, particularly in Rajasthan, because they have faced water scarcity because of less water in that region. Then in the flood plains of Bengal, where in the flood plains of Bengal, people developed inundation channels. Now what are the inundation channels? Wherever there is so much water in the region, it flows in a speed and mixed with ocean water. Bengal, we can see that it is near to the Bay of Bengal, right? So in that flood region, they have developed channels like this, inundation channels. Inundation means when channels are dug on the earth. Lines are dug on the earth so that they can fill with the excess flood water and later can be used. In arid and semi-arid region, agriculture fields were converted into rain-fed area. Now see, in arid regions, semi-arid regions, it is so arid, right? So what they do now? They make their field as a swimming pool. They convert it into a swimming pool, and whenever there is rain, it will get fed there. So it allowed the water to stand and moisten the soil. Very important. It allowed the water to stand there, to moisture the soils, and these were referred as khadins in Jaisalmer and johads in other parts of Rajasthan. So how traditionally we are doing rainwater harvesting, we are conserving this rainwater are these ways. In hills, gulls and kulls, both sisters. Rainwater harvesting, don't consider it as sister. Now you are writing there, both sisters take up the bucket and save the water. No, basically there are lake-like structure made referred as gulls and kulls. Rooftop harvesting was practiced in Rajasthan region. In floodplains, inundation channels were built, and in the semi-arid region, rain-fed structures were built. So this is how traditionally we are doing water conservation with the help of rainwater harvesting. And now we are with a very, very important system of Rajasthan that is known as Tanka system. Basically, it is tank system which was called Tanka in Rajasthan. So what happened now? Every house of Rajasthan, particularly in semi-arid and arid region, what they do? They build an underground tank beneath their houses. See, this is the house. Below their house, a tank will be made. You might have also seen in your homes if it is. So beneath their house, a tank will be made, which is 6.1 meters deep, 4.27 meter long, and sometimes 2.44 meter wide. So basically a hall-like structure is made beneath the house. They were connected to the sloping roofs of the house through the pipe. See, this pipe is coming down, and it is connected here. So rain falling on the roof water would travel down the pipe and was stored in the underground tank. This rainwater storing in the terrace, coming through this pipe, getting stored under the underground tank Tanka built by people of Rajasthan. Usually the first spell of water, we know that now our parents just scold us after we like to enjoy in rain. We like to enjoy that, but whenever the first spell of rain comes, we usually don't do that because it is considered to be as acid rain. We know that. So basically this first spell of rain is not collected, and even the terrace is also bad. You take your dog on the terrace rather than taking the dog on the ground. So the first spell of rain is avoided so that it can clean the terrace, it can clean the pipe, है ना, and we are not storing that water. Rather, we are leaving that first spell, and all the later spell of rains are being collected. Okay, and this rainwater that is stored is referred to as palar pani. Why this palar pani is important? Because if the question comes here, explain what is palar pani. Now, my dear students, not studying so much up now also in the starting of October, if you are not studying, how would you know that what is palar pani? If you have not read the NCERT, how would you know that? But if question comes, what is rainwater harvesting, how it is done in Rajasthan, you will think and write your answer in your own words. But what if the question is what is palar pani? You have no idea what we are talking about. So basically, the rainwater that is stored in this Tanka system is known as what? Palar pani. Okay, Rajasthan is not alone. There are states, other states also working in a very well mannered for rainwater harvesting. In that there is Gendathur village in Mysuru, Karnataka. Villagers have installed rainwater harvesting in every household. Like imagine a village having rainwater harvesting in every household. Okay, that's very great. Gendathur receives an annual precipitation of 1000 mm of rainfall, and with 80% of collection efficiently, about 10 fillings, every house can collect and use about 50 liters of water annually. So seeing the result of this practice, we can understand how important it is. Okay, and considering the importance of water resources, many of the modern house are built with this structure. But again, we know that water scarcity is a problem. In Bangalore itself, we can see how water scarcity is a major problem. It will be, right? Population is increasing, urbanization is increasing, our standard of life is changing, our way of living is changing, shower is needed to us, right? Bathtubs are needed to us, swimming pools are needed to us. Because we don't go to rivers like people used to do previously. Now we want our convenience more. So this is it. Okay, Tanka system in Rajasthan, Gendathur in Karnataka have in this village, every household has a rainwater harvesting system. Points to remember from this topic are rooftop harvesting is the most common practice in Shillong, Meghalaya. Now very important point to focus. Meghalaya. Okay. Acha, comment down what is the capital of Meghalaya. Okay. So in Meghalaya, we know that it is basically a northeastern state of India. It is northeastern state of India. And you know that in northeastern state of India, it receives so much of rainfall. Ma'am, that region has the wettest place of India. Yes, I know that, Mawsynram. That region faces so much of rainfall. Yes. From that region, Brahmaputra river flows. Yes. Then why we are talking about that region in water scarcity? Yes, we do. Because I already said that there are regions we do not get enough of water, face water scarcity. Yes. There are regions which get ample of water but still face water scarcity. Yes. Tragic, but yes. Why? See, whenever a region has so much of water, it is quite difficult to store it. It's very difficult to store it because ample of water in a high flow go and mix to the oceans, right? So basically, rooftop harvesting is a very good practice, common practice done in Shillong, Meghalaya also. And do you know, Tamil Nadu is the first state in India which has made rooftop rainwater harvesting system compulsory. Very good step by Tamil Nadu. It is compulsory that whenever you are making your house, where you are making your home, this rooftop rainwater harvesting system should be there in your house. Okay. Points to remember, this can come as MCQs. And the last and the very, very interesting one, again, the drip irrigation system practiced in Meghalaya. So we know that bamboo, have you seen bamboo? No? Bamboo trees, just go and visit, right? Basically, it is a that stem is basically like this, hollow from inside, okay? This one. So how the traditional people has used it, that is very nice. In Meghalaya, na, again the region of hills, mountains, etc. storing water has become a difficulty over there, and to take that water channelized for irrigation in agriculture field was difficult for them. What they have done, see, they used the sticks of bamboo, okay, combined them all, okay, combined them all, cut them where needed or not, right, combined them like this. See, a passage is being made, they connected with each other, right, and some holes are made when agriculture field comes. Holes are made so that they can drip water slowly. Now water is not wasted here, right? Drip irrigation, which is a modern practice which we build artificially, is being built naturally over here. See, if there is something like high region, mountainous region at the corners, and there is an agriculture field in between, see how in the air this is being connected. So Meghalaya drip irrigation system was traditionally done in Meghalaya, even followed right now also, and made the drip irrigation possible naturally. So this is how water resource is important. Coming to the last thing of the chapter, that is what? Question bank. I love to give you questions because I want my students to get busy writing the questions of SST, because you, as more as you practice, you will get the more marks. I don't want you only score full marks in maths and science, okay? Here is also a challenge to study SST and score full marks, which we will solve by practicing all the important questions in the last lecture. But before moving to the important questions, let us have a quick recall what we have studied up till now. Again, we started with water scarcity. Do you remember or not? Okay. In water scarcity, what we need to do, like if you want, you can make notes like this. Definition of water scarcity, need of what? Need of water, conservation, then causes of water scarcity, okay? Causes of water scarcity. Okay, then then we have seen multi-purpose river projects, okay? Multi-purpose river projects, in which we have seen ancient structures. Do you remember, or everything just went out of your mind? Okay, ancient structures followed by dams, uses of dams, and the statement of Jawaharlal Nehru considering it as temples of what? Modern India. In the uses, you will mention why it is considered as multi-purpose river project. Got my point? Then, after this, we have seen ancient, then we have seen dams, then we have seen negatives of dams. Why? They come under scrutiny and opposition. After this, we went to what? Rainwater harvesting system. Rainwater harvesting system. We have seen 5 points how traditionally in different parts of India rainwater harvesting is done. Okay. Then we have seen thoroughly the Tanka system of Rajasthan. And by the end, we have seen Meghalaya drip irrigation. Meghalaya what? Drip irrigation. Okay, hope the picture is clear to you now. Along with that, we have seen certain schemes of government or yojanas of government. ठीक है? Make a good presentation, notes, 1-page notes of this chapter, so that whenever you revise it, you know that these are the important points and we need not to miss them. Okay, now moving to the important questions of the chapter. I will share the important questions only when you write in the comment section, ma'am, we promise that we have solved it. Okay, solve it, and if you have any doubts, just comment down. Analyze 3 major causes of water scarcity in India. We have seen 5, not only 3. So you have various points to write in this answer. Describe 3 major rainwater harvesting system practiced in India. Gulls you can write, inundation channels you can write about Tanka system in Rajasthan and many more. So what do you mean by multi-purpose river projects? Write any 4 objectives of multi-purpose projects. So yes, here we are talking about dams, and you can write the 4 uses or objectives of multi-purpose projects. Water resources are depleting fast in India and water is a necessity for life. This is where we started our chapter. Suggest any 3 ways to conserve the water. Okay, first thing, you stop wasting the water. Describe the procedure for rooftop harvesting system. Basically here you need to discuss about Tanka system. Okay, explain reason how dams have come under great opposition in recent years. 5 points given in the PPT. Explain the qualitative and quantitative aspect of water scarcity. First presentation. Explain explain about Narmada Bachao Andolan. Okay, on the river Narmada. ठीक है? Which states are covered here? Write it, and what is the objective of this Narmada Bachao Andolan? Basically, the objective of Narmada Bachao Andolan was to save river Narmada from getting what? From getting negatively used here by the government for making Sardar Sarovar Dam. Compare the advantage and disadvantage of multi-purpose river projects. So again, now this is a question where you need to compare the positives as well as the negatives of this multi-purpose projects. What I hope from my student is that you are going to practice it so that you can score full marks in your SST exam. Now pay attention, we have completed so many chapters on the YouTube channel, that is Diksha Vedantu. By near some time, I'm going to bring a series of important questions and then rapid revisions. What you need to do is just hit the subscribe button, because I will be there throughout your journey. You need to be there on YouTube studying sincerely from my videos. Okay? Thank you.